Okay, so I watched Wicked 2, also known as Wicked for Good, and I loved it. I mean, I've seen the play well in New York, so I already knew the story of how Wicked goes and how it will end, but I just really enjoyed it seeing it on the cinema. And John Chu did a fantastic job. The world is so rich, and like it feels like you could visit Oz and explore those that place. I mean, it makes sense. He did plant like thousands of tulips to create that field, and like he did go into practical effects, and you can see that authenticity, which is always going to feel more real than CGI. So kudos for him. Kudos for like the studio that gave the budget for that as well. So I'm really appreciating all of that moments and as well. So Wicked 2 is basically the consequences of the choices that they made in the first movie, which is Elphaba choosing to remain true and vulnerable and honest, even if it means that she's an outcast, and Galinda choosing to remain silent because she does not want to stir the pot, per se. And you can see the choices in this. Like, we all love Elphaba, but it takes so much courage to, in the face of like your hero and your idol, to say you were wrong, you should do better, and then to, even though it means being persecuted, to still choose to tell the truth and fight anyways, especially because Elphaba is already kind of an outsider anyways, right? She has the green skin. She's never fit in. She just wants a place to belong. She wants a person to accept her. She wants to be loved. And she was hoping to do that by working with the wizard, only to find out he's a fraud, which is why it's even more devastating to her. But even the fact of like him saying we could work together is not enough when it meant that the animals, that the people that she saw, her friends, the people that she also I think viewed in like a way of being an outsider, she saw them marginalized, she saw them go through pain, so she was not willing to be a part of that, which I think takes a huge amount of courage, and which is why we all love her. But it's also kind of heartbreaking because she is portrayed already has like a poor stance with society. They're so ready to believe that she's incorrect. They're so ready to believe the wizard. They're so ready to like swallow the lies that he tells. So it's honestly heartbreaking in some ways, and it's very painful, right? Like she's fighting for the truth and losing, whereas the side that has the pretty face and the pretty lies are easier to swallow. So like I think there's something in that that is also very current and relevant even in society now, that we are more likely to take and choose and swallow the easy lie than it is to face the harsh truth, which is depressing. uh, Glinda's, her choices were painful too because there was willful ignorance and blindness. She knew, even though her friend was being persecuted, was being called the Wicked Witch, she still was not willing to give up her Galinda the Good, because it's kind of everything she wanted. She wanted to be seen as magical. She wanted people to love her, and she was not willing to stir the pot. It's understandable, and I think a lot of us have that in us, which is why it's frankly a little frustrating to watch, because it's a part of us that we wish maybe we didn't have. Like we wish we could all be brave like Elphaba. But kudos, because Glinda does eventually come through. She does eventually realize it's time to pop her bubble and join the real world. And she does face that, but she's immediately like hit with the knowledge of like, I really love that scene where that lady whose name is escaping me but is played by the lovely Michelle, she like tells her to just be quiet, sit pretty, and shut up, and she kind of almost walks her in, and Galinda falls into like a seat, and it's a seat made of all the like the flyers of like beware the witch or kill the witch and stuff like that, and it's kind of almost very symbolic of like the fact that her good throne of goodness is really based off of the lies that she willingly played into about her own best friend. And that's something very tragic about that. And frankly, this is why Elphaba is absolutely that girl, because like it she forgives her still after all of this. She forgives her, even though she knows like they both know the truth. She forgives her for spreading those lies about her, and that takes a hell of a lot of courage and a hell of a lot of heart to look someone who's kind of betraying you and say it's fine. It's okay. I understand. Because Glinda could have also made the choice to be like, no, I am not going to be spreading those lies, but I won't say anything. She could have just remained silent, but she actively chose to be Glinda the good and thus participate in the lies. The only other character that frustrates me more is Nessa, Elphaba's sister, because she is truly wicked. I mean, I can't blame Bach for that. She, as soon as she realized Bach wanted to run away or like leave, she made it impossible for him to leave. And then is then just upset that he won't forgive her. And then uses magic to try and like capture his heart, only to like basically almost murder him. Like his heart was disappearing, and then blames Elphaba for like making him live the only way he could, which is without a heart. And obviously that's not something she wanted to do, and she told her don't do it, but like Nessa didn't listen. Nessa was like chanting away. And then on top of that, after she sees Bach, she then blames her sister for she made you like this. She made you like this. She takes no accountability for her own actions, and it's just cruel. Like she doesn't view Bach actually as a person. Or even her and Elphaba as a person outside of their own. Like she only views what they are to her. Like Elphaba is supposed to help her, even if she's angry and as upset as she is. She's not supposed to leave, and Bach is also not supposed to leave and let her be alone. So she is probably the most frustrating person. Okay, honestly, a part of me did not feel that sad that a house fell on her, but the other part of me thinks is frustrated because that also happened because Glinda, in a moment of weakness and anger, kind of mentions Nessa to the wizard, and again the character's name who I can't remember. And despite working with them for however long, she assumed they wouldn't hurt Nessa. Like, did you not consider that you're actually putting Nessa in harm? So again, frustrating, but not as much as Nessa. Not as much as Nessa. Though I think at the end of the day, both of these girls got what they actually wanted. Galinda got, she is loved and beloved, and as a magical girl, like that's what you can tell that's what she wanted when she was younger. And Elphaba found someone who accepted and loved her completely. And the amazing thing is, like, despite her turning him into the scarecrow, he still loves her, which is fantastic. Oh, another character that annoyed me, the wizard. I really love this twist in the play, and again, I feel like for whatever reason it didn't hit as hard when I watched it in the movie, but it definitely hit hard, maybe because it's the first time I saw it in the play, is the fact that when the wizard finds out that actually Elphaba was his daughter, and he finds out at the moment she is presumed, or she is dead in his eyes and the world's. But I kind of love that because he is a fraud. He does not care. He is living his life, and as much as he wants a family, he's acting cruel and careless. And to see, like, for him to understand the consequences that he isolated this young, sweet girl, he lied to her, and then he is the reason she was chased. He is the reason she died. I think it's a nice revenge. And it's a nice comeuppance. It's nice karma. So, and I'm glad Elphaba never knew, because she was already so disappointed with the wizard that he was this like fraud. If she knew that like he was her father on top of that, I don't know how happy she'd be. Devastated for sure. But yeah, that was Wicked 2 for good. What did you guys think? Did you enjoy it? Personally, for me, I always enjoy one more because there's a lot more inherent optimism, which is what I gravitate towards. I still love the second one because it is ultimately about the relationship between these two girls as they become friends, which I think there's not a lot of movies that do that, and this does it really well. But I also think the first one has my favorite songs. It has more of the songs that I enjoy. So yeah, that's just for me. But what did you think? Did you enjoy it?